to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Tim. Today, Joey and I thought we would share with you what we've been doing with Portobello mushrooms. Now, we see these at the dollar store, at Costco, really a great price. If you're on the starch solution, it's one of those, not a lot of calories. But the versatility of this, I thought it would be worth sharing with you guys what we've been doing. In today's episode, I want to cover how we cook, and then meal prep for the week, and then also some plating ideas that are great. Let's not forget to hit the like button or subscribe button if you haven't already. Don't forget there's comments, and I think from this episode we're going to keep Joey busy this week. We're going to be showing some things that are fermented, the urban raised garden, and just the topic of mushrooms, and then me hosting. It hasn't been a while. All right, let's jump into this. I've cleaned these Portobello mushrooms, and we get a lot of questions on how to clean mushrooms. I'm just showing the quick way I do. So here's that clip. Okay, these mushrooms, these Portobello mushrooms, I couldn't resist seeing these at Costco, a little over $5. But if you're budget conscious, I know that they do sell these at the dollar store. I'm gonna show you quick how I wash these and what's worked for me. So I have them in the container here. You know, I don't know where they've been, right? So I'm gonna take one, and in here, just do a quick rub. Now, mushrooms absorb fluid, so I'm just doing a quick wipe over. These are getting cooked. Essentially, I'm just washing the debris off the mushroom. Sometimes you can cut the stem, I just pull it off at doing this part. And then these stems can go back chopped up and put in your garden or compost. Okay, you can see what I did yesterday for meal prep. I took these Portobellos and grilled them, and now they're ready to go either as my cold cuts, or throw them in the toaster oven to quick heat up. And now there's a few different ways to do this. I don't know, we've had this lean, mean, fat grilling machine for about, 20 years or something. So I use this. It's kind of fast, it's quick. The single layer, it just works. If you didn't want to use this or don't have it, Le Creuset has this grilled pan and then a top that's on it. That achieves the same thing. That weight squishes it down pretty well. You can also use a pan, or you can use a grill outside. So you really have a few options. You don't have to have all these gadgets or run out and find a George Foreman grill. But I've got this, we're gonna use it. This is pretty easy. There's so much moisture in mushrooms that I don't need to use oil, I don't need to use broth or anything like that, right? So I'm gonna place on here, and then just push this top. I don't know if you can hear this on the microphone, but there's a little sizzle going on. You can see the steam action coming from all the moisture that's in that mushroom. So there is a little drippage here, and all right, so we're at 2 minutes. Looks really good. We'll take this one off. Nice. So this isn't always the easiest to clean, so it's really nice doing this as a meal prep for the week. It's in a batch, then we just have to clean this once and we'll be good. Okay, we're coming up on 2 minutes here. Let's take a look. You can see all the steam, the evaporation from all the moisture that's in a mushroom. And let's take a look in here. And it's really that simple. I'm doing one right after the other, so a few minutes, we'll be done here. All right, we're coming up on 2 minutes. I can hear that sizzle, I see the steam. This is looking really good. And this is perfect. So if you squish down on your Portobello mushroom, it's gonna crack. But if you just let this do its 2 minute thing, just the weight of the lid itself will press it down enough. And look, I have a whole mushroom without any cracks. All right, everything's finished cooking. So I'm gonna move this, unplug this, and move this out of the way and get prepped up for our next segment, which is showing you all the meal prep to go with this to make it easy so it's ready to eat. Okay, so this next segment I want to talk about meal prep for what it is that you want. And for me, I just crave this mushroom burger, or just a burger kind of. But if you look at plant-based burgers, they're all like 18 grams of fat, 12 grams of fat. It's kind of crazy. So this grilled mushroom just fits that bill. I love the clean crispness of lettuce, tomato, some onion. And so that's kind of what I wanted to show you here, some meal prepping for that. So right off the bat, I've already got some giardiniera. This has been fermented and we keep in the fridge now. Anyway, it gives that spiciness, a bite, and some probiotics, right? Okay, so a great time saver during the week is having some lettuce, your greens ready to go. And you can see we've made boats or cleaned up romaine lettuce. That's all washed, ready to go. And I've also got some Swiss chard here. I deveined it, but let's cut to the clip where we went and picked out this out of the garden. It's Arizona in August, over 100 degrees, and I still have Swiss chard still growing. So this is one of our raised beds. I've got a rotation of about 5 plants, and that provides 1 cutting a month. So since last March, we've been having some Swiss chard. So I'm gonna get some here for the burger. And okay, let's head on back. All right, people, on to the next thing, right? I love fresh onion. Some people don't, okay, or they prefer grilled onion. Just depends where you're at on your journey, right? I've gotten a taste for this. So anyway, on the Foreman grill that we just had, you can put a Anaheim chili or these onions and grill them up together and then have that ready for the week. I like it raw, crisp, and fresh. So I've got red and a wall of sweet onion. Next, I think sometimes texture is really good. And so we've got sort of a soft mushroom. We've got a bready, chewy taste, depends on what we use. And these are just little medallions of radishes. So it gives a little crisp bite. Doesn't have a lot of flavor, but it just adds more texture than anything. Okay, tomatoes. I know they should be kept at room temperature. It's just faster for me to have this ready to go in the refrigerator. Again, anything to make it easier to say yes to something healthy, right? Anyway, these can be as cheap or as expensive as you want to get. So I know that they do offer tomatoes at the dollar store for I think $1.99 a package of 4. And if you do get that, plan it for the next week. It's going to take about a week to ripen. And if you plan accordingly, it doesn't need to always be expensive. So anyway, one way to cut costs, but absolutely red and delicious. Love that. I like throwing in a little bell pepper, again, that crunch factor. So I've got a little green. And all this that we've prepped works for lettuce wraps or other things, right? And lastly, our prepped carrots. And so this again adds a little bit of color and crunch that I love as well. So anyway, I hope this inspires you for some ideas for meal prepping on the veggie side. Now my meal prep ideas for starch solution, no oil based items. And so I just wanted to show you, because sometimes the packaging is kind of unclear. So I've got from Ezekiel Breads, the hamburger buns, no oil, sprouted wheat, a good option. And this is nice if you want to put in a toaster oven just to toast a little bit. And then you can add your tofu-based mayo, or we'll use some of the vegetable cheese sauce with a little bit of oil-free barbecue sauce. So you do have options like that. I found an Ezekiel English muffin, and there's a number of places that serve burgers on this, so I wanted to include this as an option that maybe hadn't thought of. So again, sprouted wheat, no oil used. Next, something I've been using that isn't on everyone's radar, it's rye bread with just a few other ingredients, but no oil again. So an option, pretty thin, but yet it does the job, and you're getting some complex carbs, very nice. All right, now our fourth option. This is pita bread from Trader Joe's. It's whole wheat. It is oil-free. And so I wanted to show you how cutting it in half, having that pita pocket, and you just stuff everything in. It's awesome. And the colors, it's visually beautiful. And that's just a great option because this freezes well as well. All these things freeze well. And my last item, just as a kind of curveball, now that I have these Portobello steaks, I can actually slice them up and add some taco seasoning, quick toss that in, and then I could use, for example, jicama wraps. So if your goal is to have more fiber in your diet, this might be an option. This, putting that in with your veggies, great. So it's kind of overlooked. I just wanted to surprise you guys and bring that in to the mix here. So I hope you can see that there are quite a few options here. And this is totally guilt-free, but full of flavor, color. I think it's awesome. I had to share this with you today. Let's move into our next segment of actually plating some of these up so you can maybe get some more ideas or see them in their completeness. I've chosen to go with the pita. It's the one I have been doing the last couple weeks the most of. And I love the way it looks and tastes. So I'm going to share with some of my ingredients. You've seen Joey use this before. It's barbecue sauce with oil-free. I kind of just put some in, so not a lot, right? There's that, and then what's also worked is the plant cheese sauce with a little barbecue sauce. I love that flavor. Anyway, let's get to putting this together. So I've grilled 2 chilies. This to me just adds a lot of flavor. Something I loved like 20 years ago. So we're using that. Put my tomato in. All right, found the mushrooms, okay. Okay, so chili, tomato, we've added now the mushroom, the portobello. I put a little crisp chips of radish in there, and now we'll put a little bit of lettuce here. I want to use the Swiss chard, but I want to kind of show you this too with the romaine. Having the romaine stacked up like this is really kind of fun as well, and it makes for a nice presentation. So this is what I love as a go-to for a snack for the last couple weeks. It's really delicious. So, okay, you can see everything we've added. Now I'll slide in the onion. And there we go. This looks so awesome. Looks like clean flavors, exactly what I want. So satisfying. Again, with all the different textures of crispiness with the lettuce, onion, radish, I don't feel what people often complain about mushrooms as far as this texture. I don't really get a sense of that when it's amongst all these other things that are crunchy. So maybe give it a try if you're not really open to mushrooms. Maybe someone else in your family is, and this is great. These sides that we prep for apply to so many other dishes that you use during the week. So it wouldn't be just for this. So much more to share. I think you get the idea of what you can do or the possibilities here with some grilled portobello, to be able to have a sandwich again. We've heard that in the comments. You absolutely can, showing all these different options as well as tacos or the different flavor profiles. So please leave a comment if you have any questions about this or would like to see more of this. Maybe there's a question about making giardiniera. Should I show you guys how to ferment that? We're going to be coming up on fall season for planting, so maybe should I do a video on urban gardening or a raised bed? And don't forget to subscribe or hit the like button. Plant-Based Badass family, we love you. Take care.